Hello students, today our question is a block of mass m has a circular cut with the frictionless surface as shown in the figure, and the block rests on the horizontal frictionless surface at fixed table. Initially, the right edge of the block is at x equals to 0 and in a coordinate system fixed to the table, and a point mass m is released from the rest at the topmost point of the path as shown in the figure, and it slides down when the mass loses contact with the block. Its position is x and velocity is v. At that instant, which options are correct? Is or are correct here? So this is y and x axis, mass capital M here. This is surface here, frictionless surface. X is 0. Mass is loses the contact with the block, so it comes through this direction, and r is this is the r here, distance for this. So we have A, B, C, D option is given here. So we have to find which options are correct here. So the solution of this question is, we can apply the using conservation of momentum. So we can apply conservation of momentum here. So we know that mass into velocity is equals to mass into capital M into V. So let's suppose this is our equation 1 here. This is mass. So we can write here, this is M here. And using conservation of energy, we can write here mg. This is mass into gravity into r, radius. So we can write here mgr is equals to half mu square, that is kinetic energy, plus half mv square here for initial and final. So from solving 1 and 2, we get velocity is v, our velocity v is 2gr, 2 time of acceleration due to gravity, and this is multiplied with r, and this is divided by 1 plus small m, and this is divided by capital M. Or we can write this as v is equals to m divided by capital M. If we have multiplied in here in by m and divided by m, so we get this is 2g r, and this is 1 plus m into m here. So the position of center of mass, as the center of mass of system is 0, so we can write here position of center of mass as the center of mass of complete system is 0. So we can write here this is equals to 0 as the position of the center of mass of system. This is mass of system here of complete system is 0. So we can write here 0 is equals to minus m into r minus x, m1 into x1 plus m2 into x2. So this is mx, and this will equals to, from this we can write here x is equals to displacement of center of mass is equals to small m into r, and this is divided by m plus m here. So this is the distance from center of mass. So x is center of mass. So now we check which options are correct here. We have the velocities is this, so we can highlight this. So from this we can say that the velocity of the point of mass is v, that is under root 2 gr and 1 plus 1. So our option A is correct here, B is incorrect, and the component x of the displacement of the center of mass is m into r divided by m plus m. So this option is also true here. So our option A and D are correct. Thank you.
Hello everyone. let us try to solve the given problem. So the given problem states a ball of mass 100 grams is projected vertically upward. So there is a ball of mass 100 grams and it is projected vertically upward from the ground with the initial velocity of 49 meter per second. At the same time, another identical ball is dropped from the height of 98 meter to fall freely along the same path as that followed by the first ball. Now, after some time, the two balls collide and stick together and finally falls to the ground. Right? So they collide with each other and finally they fall to the ground. The combined mass fall to the ground. Now we have to find the time of flight of the masses. So let us try to find out. So you see, this is what I have drawn. Here we have a ball. It is projected with some initial velocity and this is given that u here is 49 meter per second. So this will move upward and this is draw from an initial velocity 0. So this will move downward. Now both will be acted upon by the same acceleration, that is g downward, right? Now you can see here, let us say that they collide at some point, during that journey. This ball will have to cover a distance h1. Let us say this travels a distance h1 and the upper ball travels a distance h2, and let us say they collide after time t, right? So if they collide, what will be the condition then? H1 is the distance traveled by this particle in time t and H2 is the distance traveled by the upward particle in time t. So both will be simply equals to the total distance if they have to collide in the same time. So this should be equal to the total distance. So from here what we can find out what is the time after which they collide. Now let us see. Simply H1 will be equals to ut minus half g t square and H2 will be simply equals to this H2. It is dropping from 0 height and this will be simply equals to half g t square, right? Because the initial speed is 0, this is simply equals to h. So if you find out t from here, what we are going to get, t is simply 98 divided by 49, because you see that this will cancel out. So t we are going to get 2 seconds. So they will collide after 2 seconds. And now let us find one more thing, that what is the height, this height the particle covers after. Let us try to find h1 also. So h1 will be simply equals to u1t minus half g t square. Now let us try to put the value. So u is simply 49 times 2 minus this g we are taking as 9.8. So this will be 4.9 into 4. So from here what we are going to get, h1 equals to 78.4 meters. So we can also find the h2, but we need not to find. So this is the second thing that we need to find. Now let us try to find out their velocities. What will be their velocities? Let us suppose that this has velocity after 2 seconds in the upward direction and this has velocity in the downward direction. Let us say v2. So let us now try to find out v1 and v2, because we will need that in the later part of the question. So v1 will be simply equals to u minus gt. So from here we find out u is 49, g is 9.8 and this is 2. So we are going to get this as, so you can see here we have put the values and we have found out that this is moving with the velocity of 29.4 meter per second and the top ball, or the ball that is falling from the upward direction, is moving with the velocity of 19.6 meter per second. Now let us move to the next part of this question. So it says that they stick together and finally falls to the ground, right? So what will happen, we can see that when they stick to the ground, something, so you can see here when they stick together they will have mass 2m, right? So the mass 2m and the net momentum will be in the upward direction. Now why the net momentum will be in the upward direction? Because if you see the value of velocities, so v1, that is the velocity of the mass moving from the downward direction, is more, 29.4 meter per second, and the velocity of the top ball is less. Both have equal masses, so the net momentum will be simply in the upward direction. We can also find out the net momentum in the net initial momentum in the upward direction, right? So we can simply find out, see, this will be m into 29.4 minus m into 19.6. So if we solve for this, what we are going to get, we are going to get initial momentum before collision is in the upward direction. Now, since there are no external forces acting during the collision, so this initial momentum 9.8 m has to be equals to the final momentum of this combined mass. So its mass is 2m, and let us say its velocity is v. So we can see that m and m will cancel out, so its velocity will be simply equals to 4.9 meter per second. So this mass has velocity equals to 4.9 meter per second. Now let's see what will. So now let's try to find out which type of motion this ball will make. So you see it has initial velocity in the upward direction equals to 4.9 meter per second. So this ball will move to a highest point, and let us say the height moved by this ball is h dash, and the time taken by is t dash. So we will find this time. Then it will simply fall down from that height, so that time will be t double dash. So now we have to find these times, right? And let this height will be h double dash, so we will also find this. So let us now try to find out t dash and t double dash, and then we will add 2 also, because during the 2 seconds the ball simply collided. So let us now try to find out. So how do we find out this time t dash? Final velocity is simply 0. We can apply v dash is simply equals to v minus g t dash. So this is 0, so this is 4.9 divided by 9.8, so this will give you t dash. So t dash comes out to be simply 0.5 seconds. Now we can find out h dash. So h dash will be simply equals to this v square divided by 2g. So v is 4.9 square divided by 2 into 9.8. So from here we are going to get h dash equals to simply 1 point. H dash will be simply equals to 1.22 meters, right? Now we know the total height. This h double dash will be simply equals to, we can move on to the last part, says h double dash will be simply equals to 78.4 plus 1.22. So h double dash will be simply equals to 79.62 meters. We can find out t double dash. So t double dash, h double dash will be simply equals to half times g t double dash square. So from here we can find out t double dash. So t double dash comes, if we put the values, t double dash comes out to be simply 4 seconds. And now we can find out the total time of flight. So you see that initially the ball collided in 2 seconds, so that is the time. Then the combined mass moved for 0.5 seconds in the upward direction. Then the combined mass falls down to the ground in 4 seconds. So if you find out the total time, so this will be 6.5 seconds. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you.
इस क्वेश्चन में हमें एक सर्कुलर प्लेट दिया गया है जो यूनिफॉर्म थिकनेस का है और इसकी डायमीटर 56 सेंटीमीटर है। इसमें से हमने 42 सेंटीमीटर डायमीटर का एक सर्कुलर पोर्शन रिमूव कर दिया है, जो कि आप फिगर में देख सकते हो यहाँ पे। तो हमें रिमेनिंग पोर्शन का सेंटर ऑफ मास का पोजीशन बताना है, ठीक है। तो इस क्वेश्चन में हम क्या करेंगे, जो रिमेनिंग डिस्क है और रिमेनिंग प्लेट है उसको हम ऑब्जेक्ट 1 मान लें, और जो एक कट पोर्शन पे जो मास था उसको ऑब्जेक्ट 2 मान लें। तो आप देख सकते हो ऑब्जेक्ट 1 प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट 2 हमारा मिलके पूरा सर्कुलर प्लेट बन रहा है, ठीक है। और यहाँ पे आप 1 को उसके सेंटर ऑफ मास पे और 2 को भी उसके सेंटर ऑफ मास पे, रिस्पेक्टिव सेंटर ऑफ मासेस पे एज्यूम कर सकते हो, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे आप 2 पार्टिकल सिस्टम का एनालॉजी यूज़ करके सॉल्व कर सकते हो। ये जो हमारा कट पोर्शन है उसको हम मानेंगे कि ये हमारा उसके खुद के सेंटर ऑफ मास पे कंसंट्रेटेड है, तो इसका मास m2 हो गया। और जो रिमेनिंग डिस्क रिमेनिंग प्लेट है उसका सेंटर ऑफ मास कुछ, अगर हम यहाँ पे मान लें प्लेट के सेंटर ऑफ मास से x डिस्टेंस टुवर्ड्स राइट पे, तो हम उसका मास वहाँ पे कंसंट्रेटेड मान लेते हैं, ठीक है। अब आप इसको 2 पार्टिकल सिस्टम की तरह ट्रीट कर सकते हो, ठीक है। तो ये 2 पार्टिकल सिस्टम m1 प्लस m2, इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास हमें पता है O पे है, प्लस हमें पता है m2 हमारा कहाँ पे, O1 पे। तो हमें m1 निकालना है, इनफैक्ट O2 का पोजीशन हमें फाइंड करना हमें मालूम नहीं है। तो अगर हम यहाँ पे इस A को ओरिजिन बोल दें 0 0, तो आप देख सकते हो ये हमारा x एक्सिस अगर हो गया, ठीक है, तो इस x एक्सिस के अबाउट सब कुछ सिमेट्रिकल है रिमेनिंग पोर्शन में भी। तो जो रिमेनिंग पोर्शन का सेंटर ऑफ मास आएगा वो हमारा x एक्सिस पे ही लाई करेगा। तो यहाँ पे हमें y एक्सिस के बारे में कंसिडर करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ x एक्सिस पे देखते हैं। तो ये m1 m2 का जो सेंटर ऑफ मास का पोजीशन आप कैसे लिखोगे, x COM इज इक्वल टू m1 x1 प्लस m2 x2 बाई m1 प्लस m2, ठीक है। x सेंटर ऑफ मास हमारा क्या है, हमें पता है कि ये जो दो पार्टिकल्स उनका सेंटर ऑफ मास O पे लाई कर रहा है, यानी रिमेनिंग पोर्शन और कट पोर्शन दोनों मिला के जो प्लेट बना है उसका सेंटर ऑफ मास उसके सेंटर पे है। और क्योंकि डायमीटर 56 है, रेडियस हमारा 28 हो गया, और ये जो OA है हमारा वो इनफैक्ट रेडियस हो गया। तो सेंटर ऑफ मास का पोजीशन क्या हो गया, रेडियस के इक्वल 28। m1 हमारा कट पोर्शन का मास हो गया और रिमेनिंग पोर्शन का मास हो गया, उसका सेंटर ऑफ मास का पोजीशन x1 रहने देते हैं। m2 हमारा कट पोर्शन का मास हो गया और उसका सेंटर ऑफ मास का पोजीशन आप देख सकते हो ओरिजिन से AO1 डिस्टेंस पे, और AO1 क्या है हमारा, तो कट पोर्शन का रेडियस है जो कि हमें गिवन है 21 सेंटीमीटर। तो ये 21 से मल्टीप्लाई होगा डिवाइडेड बाई m1 प्लस m2, ठीक है। अब हमें m1 m2 निकालना है, तब हम x1 की वैल्यू फाइंड कर सकते हैं। तो अगर हम एज्यूम करें कि हमारा मास जो है वो यूनिफॉर्मली एरिया पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है और वो मास डेंसिटी सिग्मा, इनफैक्ट ये हमें क्वेश्चन दे रखा है कि यूनिफॉर्म थिकनेस का है, तो हमारा ये अजम्पशन क्वेश्चन वैलिडेट कर रहा है। अब अगर आप कट पोर्शन का देखो, m2 हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, सिग्मा इंटू कट पोर्शन का एरिया, वो क्या हो गया, पाई इंटू रेडियस का स्क्वायर यानी 21 का स्क्वायर। m1 क्या हो गया, पूरे प्लेट का एरिया माइनस कट पोर्शन का एरिया यानी सिग्मा पाई इंटू 28 स्क्वायर माइनस 21 स्क्वायर। तो अगर हम ये वैल्यूज पुट करें तो हमें क्या मिलेगा, 28 इज इक्वल टू सिग्मा पाई 28 स्क्वायर माइनस 21 स्क्वायर x1 प्लस सिग्मा पाई 21 स्क्वायर इंटू 21 बाई हमारा हो जाएगा सिग्मा पाई इंटू 28 स्क्वायर। और ये फाइनली हमारा क्या हो गया, 28 क्यूब इज इक्वल टू 28 स्क्वायर माइनस 21 स्क्वायर x1 प्लस 21 क्यूब। तो यहाँ से हमारा क्या आ जाएगा, 12691 इज इक्वल टू 28 स्क्वायर माइनस 21 स्क्वायर x1। यहाँ से फिर x1 की वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगी, 37 सेंटीमीटर्स। तो आप देख सकते हो A से हमारा O2 का डिस्टेंस है 37 सेंटीमीटर्स और A से O का डिस्टेंस है 28 सेंटीमीटर। तो O2 का डिस्टेंस क्या होगा, 37 माइनस 28, दिस इज इक्वल टू 9 सेंटीमीटर्स।